reminder, I arrived in Naples last night and I'm here for a couple of days before continuing south to the Keys. Now I'm off to explore the town.
Yes, this is a useful little anchorage area for the future, but quite honestly, for $20 a night for the mooring view and access to the fantastic shower and dinghy dock and bathrooms and everything, it's a no-brainer. You don't often see that logo anymore, thanks to that asshole who destroyed the fabulous Scottish industry, well, not industry, enterprise. Can't remember what his name is. Should have gone to jail though. Okay, so this is the restaurant street. Sushi, Thai, Italian, Persian across the road. Oh, pretty interesting. This looks nice. Star Ward. Fancy bistros. Lots of real estate. 2.2, half a million, 1.5, 1.9.
I beat a hasty retreat as the sales lady foisted a brochure the size of an encyclopedia onto me. Clearly she'd mistaken me for a potential customer. Must have been the SFO jacket since I'm not driving one of these. I did treat myself to a nice meal though. Spaghetti and meatballs with a nice Chianti. Followed by tiramisu. Well, when in Naples.
Once again, I apologise for being such a crappy blogger. I mentioned earlier that my outboard didn't work, or couldn't get started, and I discovered I had water in the... It's super windy. So I mentioned I had water in my carburettor. As evidenced here, you can just make that water down to the bottom, and that had led to some little rust and stuff inside the carburettor, blocking it. So I've just removed the carburettor, cleaned it all out, used a little wire to clean all the little holes that are required. And of course I should have videoed it, but I didn't because I don't think of these things. But this is my little workbench after the fact. Now, in order to make sure I don't get more water in there, now it's clean, I've removed the fuel tank. The fuel tank sits there. Now it's here. I'm going to drain the fuel tank into the jug and make sure it's dry inside, no water, and then I can filter the petrol through my Bahamian filter back into one of my gas tanks. So that's what I'm doing. Okay, again, apologies for the angles, I can't really get my camera around to the other side. So this slots into that, but first of all, this plug goes on, or this pipe hose goes on. Okay, and then the hose clamp. Whoa! Right, I put a new filter on as well. Okay, so I've tied a bucket in place. Now I'm just going to put some seawater in the bucket. Okay, now I'm very happy I purchased my second bucket. All been opened. Oh, there we go. There goes one more down, I think. Bloody hell.
Eventually I figured out how to open the bucket.
There you go. Magic. So using the external fuel tank, so I can use this pump to get fuel all the way to the end. It's forward, it's neutral. Make sure that clip is all the way out. Okay, so you pump this. I'll make sure I'm on external fuel tank. Pump this until it's firm. That's it. I'm going to do half choke. Okay, fingers crossed. Okay, let's hope that wasn't just a fluke and it keeps working. Now I just have to figure out how to get this bucket off. Morning, it's 7:15. I'm just getting ready to leave Naples and make my way down to Marcos Island. It's only less than 10 nautical miles, so it won't take long. Tide is it's just after low tide here, so tide is rising up the river. So leaving on an incoming tide is not perfect, but I want to arrive in Marcos Island on a rising tide and high tide there. First high tide is at like 1 o'clock something. So yeah, that's my plan.
Here are a few more of the mansions lining the banks of the Gordon River.
Fortunately, it's much calmer on the way out than it was on the way in. The shoals breaking over there, they were 2 or 3 times that size on the way in, and it was a bit nerve-wracking getting lifted up and surfing down towards the breakwater until I got in the protection of the shoal. Good thing is the stacks of water still 12, 13 feet in the channel, and Marcos Pass is a lot shallower, but hopefully by the time I get down there there'll be an extra couple of feet of tide.
It's not a particularly nice day, but it's always satisfying making progress under sail.
Getting up to 6 knots, 18 knots of wind.
I did switch the engine back on once I reached the pass and turned up the Big Marco River.
Yeah, the reason it's so choppy is because wind against tide. I'm going 6 knots in this direction with the current on the rising tide, and the wind has picked up to 25 knots basically directly against me. You know, these forecasts are so wildly inaccurate, it's incredible. You know, today, according to the forecast, was supposed to be like virtually no wind. Very frustrating. Anyway, it picked up to 25 just as I was coming in, so I was lucky I had my sails down by that point. Okay, so that wasn't so bad. Once I got in into this area called Factory Bay, the current died down and a little protected from the wind, not super protected. Yeah, so I'll just show you around. That's where I came in. That boat, little boat sitting there, God knows what it's doing. I thought for a minute it might be grounded, but maybe it was just anchoring, I don't know. I had to deviate around him while he was doing whatever the heck it was he was doing. And I came in here, I came round that cat, French cat, by the looks of it, and then came in between here. I didn't want to test going in any further beyond that boat. Figured it's got more draft than me. But yeah, so I just wanted to keep a little bit, so I kind of kept in from this side, came up, anchored 50 feet up there, dropped the anchor, and then settled back. A little close to this guy, but I think I'm okay. Pretty well clear of the cat. And this guy will swing differently because he's such a much bigger boat, but yeah, hopefully I've left enough room. And that there is Rose Marina, so apparently I can go and take my dinghy in there for 10 bucks a day. But now I'm just, engines off. I'm just going to chillax for a few minutes. I'm going to make myself another cup of coffee because it's a cold grey day, and really, you know, this isn't what I signed up for, to be honest. I signed up for glorious sunshine, light winds, breezing through crystal clear Bahamian water, and so far I've had, I think, one sunny day on the, you know, on the boat. Every day the wind, you know, claims to be, you know, 12 to 15 knots, turns out to be 25 knots. Yeah, frustrating, but hope, you know, it'll come, inshallah, it will come. So I'm here for the next couple, 3 days. I'm not planning to move until Sunday morning. There's another front comes through Friday night, and then Saturday morning the wind shifts, and Saturday morning at some point the wind shifts from south to north. I could leave Saturday, but I'm probably going to just wait another day for the seas to die down, leave on Sunday, and yeah, that's my plan. All right, out for now. Dinner is cooking. This will be dinner for tonight and tomorrow night. Chicken curry, chicken and vegetable curry, and rice.